in lesson one of Michigan history, you have learned about some of the immigrants that have come here from Michigan, some of the big groups of Michigan, like the Germans and Native Americans, and you found out that many of you have some heritage in your family that may have originally come here to Michigan, right? You have some of that nationality, that ancestry that is very prominent in Michigan. Now, as you move into lesson two, this is going to give you some more people that move to Michigan. Maybe not the larger groups, but maybe some of the smaller groups. People from Britain, the Jewish communities, some Arab American communities. Now, the map activity that you've either finished or you're continuing to work on kind of highlights some of those areas that people moved to and originally here in Michigan. And this could have been a long time ago. And you're going to touch on some of those places in this lesson two as well. So I'm going to take a look at page 272 here and go over some of these words for you that might be difficult for you to pronounce. Okay, here are some of the cities to consider. The first one is Bronson. Now the second one, Frankenmuth. I think you're pretty much all familiar with Frankenmuth. That was on your activity sheet too. Next one is Hamtramck, and it's kind of a strange word because you see at the end the MCK. We don't say Hamtramck. It's actually an IK. If you look here, we say Hamtramck. Right? The next one is Hancock. That's an easy one. And we have Houghton. Well, I think we learned about Douglas Houghton. We touched on him in one of our earlier chapters. Next is Iron Mountain. You have to find out where that is. This one is also on your map activity. Ishpeming. I believe it was the last one on your activity. Posen, Southfield, pretty easy one. That's not far from us right here. Then we have Holland. This is the city of Holland. This is not the country of Holland, which is over in the Netherlands, long ways away from here over in Europe. We have Iron River. That one we talked about in an early chapter. And then we have Zeeland. Okay, these are cities to consider. People we're going to meet in this chapter, Arab Americans. We're all familiar with many of those. We live in Dearborn. We're a very heavily Arab American population. Hispanic, the Dutch, and Jewish. Places you're going to discover in this lesson are Finland, and that's not a Finland here. Holland, the country Holland. Iraq, Irish Hills, Jordan, these are places, not a person. Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and Sweden. Places you'll discover in this lesson. And new words to welcome. Some of you are familiar with these words. Architect, architect, that's one you're going to see in this chapter. Muslim, we all know that. Nobel, it's not noble, it's Nobel. When we pronounce it, we say the strength on the BEL. Nobel Prize and seaport. Those you'll find in this lesson. Okay, so it's more of the same idea. And these are more people who have immigrated to Michigan. Think about the question while you read, what caused people to leave their home countries and move to Michigan? Right? That's what you're going to think about. Why did they move here? Was it a push? Was it a pull? What caused them to come here from all these different communities, these different countries, move to these communities? So you're going to read lesson two, starting on page 272. We'll continue through all the way to page 283, I believe, 283. Okay, we're just going to read through this lesson. Um, this time, you're going to have another activity that's coming up. And then I want you to really take note of a particular picture. Okay, so if you look at page 275, I'm going to bring this in a little bit. Okay, this map is a great map that shows you these well-known ethnic groups and those places that we talked about in the very first page of the lesson. You'll see them on your on this map here in different colors. Okay, just to give you an idea of where those people are, what cities they're in, and the ethnicity that they have brought with them. Okay, so you'll be reading lesson two of chapter 6. You actually have through the weekend to do it. It is not due until next Tuesday, and there will be an assignment posted with it as well. So look for that. Okay, it's getting exciting. Wait till we get to the next one. All right. Have a great day, guys.